The UN had planned to send food in by sea, but the port at Massawa on the Red Sea is closed by the civil war that's been going on now for 28 years. The situation now in this report from the BBC's George Alagiah.
Bags of food relief on fire. This in a country where hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, face starvation and death. Drought can cause hunger, but it's the war that's led to famine. Some reports say as much as 50,000 tons of American food aid may have been destroyed in the battle for Massawa, up till now the most important channel of aid to Ethiopia. These first pictures from the city show trucks that should be carrying relief to the starving, immobilized by the war. Attempts to call a halt in the fighting so that aid can get through from the government to the famine victims seem to have failed. With most of the famine areas now overrun by one rebel group or another, aid agencies think working through the Ethiopian government is pointless. This is not a time for diplomatic niceties, they say.
What we're asking the British government to do is to put pressure on the United Nations to enter into negotiations with the rebel organizations about getting food into those areas. Hitherto, they've not done so. They've only operated through the Ethiopian government.
So far, only a tenth of what's needed has got through to the 4 million threatened with famine. Rebel relief agencies have shown they can get the aid to where it's needed most. Unlike 5 years ago, people have been encouraged to stay near their remote villages. Many are already too weak to make the trek to feeding centers, so the food has to be taken to them.